Welcome back to Make Money Online. Today we'll be looking at the recent events on XRP price that you may not know. The crypto asset has been losing value at record levels on reports that the world's most valuable crypto exchange, Coinbase, recently announced that it wouldn't allow XRP trading in response to the United States Securities and Exchange Commission taking legal action against Ripple. The SEC's decision to file this action is not just about Ripple. It is an attack on the entire crypto industry here in the United States. We've always said that there's a dangerous lack of regulatory clarity for crypto in the US. Their lawsuit has already affected countless innocent XRP retail holders with no connection to Ripple. It's also needlessly muddied the waters for exchanges, market makers, and traders. The SEC has introduced more uncertainty into the market, actively harming the community they're supposed to protect. It's no surprise that some market participants are reacting conservatively as a result. While Ripple remains confident that they can work together with the SEC board, exchanges simply aren't willing to take the risks on a token that could potentially be classed as a security. XRP's market value has been pushed to within touching distance of $26 billion, or 4.15% of the total cryptocurrency market capitalization. At its highest, XRP's market cap was about $32 billion. XRP had traded in a range of 56 to 58 cents in December. However, in the last week of the year, XRP depreciated by more than 3.25%. The volume of XRP traded in was $16 billion, or 8.79% of the total volume of all cryptocurrencies. It will probably trade in a range of 43 cents to 58 cents as the days progress. At its current price, XRP is still down about 82% from its all-time high of $3.29 set on January 4th, 2018. Wealthy investors seem to be upping their game as the year progresses. Many crypto experts anticipate that the movement of such cryptos are coming from major stakeholders of Ripple, on the bias that some of these wallets contain significant amount of XRP. From a technical perspective, 31 cents remains the key level of resistance over the next week, while 26 cents and 21 cents continue to offer levels of support in case of a downside drive. In order for XRP to trigger a bullish reversal, it needs to begin closing daily candles above 38 cents, as this would print a long-awaited higher low. Although it's worth noting that 44 cents should provide a stubborn point of resistance. Momentum oscillators also seem to be ticking to the downside, with daily stocks experiencing a bearish cross, while the relative strength index stagnates below 45. XRP has moved from about 18 cents to about 30 cents in just 6 weeks' time. That's not bad. This gives the cryptocurrency the dramatic price action that feels somewhat like those infamous penny stocks from Blinder Robinson that traded crazily in the 80s. Like the other cryptocurrencies, XRP has a long way to go to make it back up to the early 2018 highs. Clearly, what's interesting here is the increase in buying volume that is shown for this summer. The other thing is that the price may be about to break above the weekly Ichimoku cloud for the first time in a couple of years. It's almost there. XRP is rebounding strongly despite its legal tussle with the world's powerful US Securities and Exchange Commission, amid the prevailing bullish trend in play at the crypto market. These gains would surely calm the nerves of many XRP investors disturbed by the ongoing legal tussle between Ripple and the regulator. The wild price swings in this space are only part of the story, but they do indeed form a large part of the narrative we'll see moving forward. XRP price analysis. Whales are currently streaming into the project, mainly due to the prevailing low price and the improving technical pictures. XRP hints at a massive breakout to 40 cents. It could break above 30 cents and rally higher, with the bulls likely to target 40 cents in the next wave. XRP has traded sideways for the last few days, with its lack of meaningful upside action allowing Polkadot to overtake it as the fourth largest cryptocurrency by market cap. XRP's underperformance since the SEC filed a lawsuit against the company and its top executives meant that it was always likely that its position would be taken by top performers like DOT. However, XRP may be back in the top 3 if its price breaks out of consolidation and moves towards retesting the 50-day simple moving average on the daily chart. If this happens, XRP could then rally to a new year-to-date highs. The 4-hour XRP against USD chart shows that the price has stepped above the 100 simple moving average and the 50 simple moving average, which is a huge move for the token. Moreover, a symmetrical triangle pattern has come into the picture, suggesting that the expected breakout above 30 cents will be so massive that XRP may rally to 48 cents. Symmetrical triangle breakouts have precise targets measured from the highest to the lowest price points within the pattern. The distance found is then added to the breakout point. But where is XRP price going next? In the past few days, XRP against USD formed a strong support base above the 25 cents and 26 cents. As a result, the price begins with a strong increase and breaks many important hurdles near the 28 cents and 29 cents. Meanwhile, a successful close above the 35 cents resistance level could accelerate gains and the price might surge towards 38 and even 40 cents. Any more gains could lead the price towards the resistance levels of 45 cents, 50 cents, and 55 cents. On the other hand, if XRP starts a downside correction, it could find support near the 20 cents level. The first major support is near the 18 cents level, where the bulls are likely to take a stand. However, if the price drops below the 18 cent support level, the pair may likely locate the 16 cent support, which is a close support level for the bears. More so, a bearish continuation could bring the market to a critical support at 15 cents, 10 cents, and 5 cents respectively. This chart offers a trader's analytical insight about XRP against USD. We're looking at the 6-hour time frame perspective in recent events, the established formational structure, and what we can expect at the upcoming times under these conditions. As XRP against USD showed up with heavy declines previously moving into the lower levels and firstly bouncing to the upside, in these it's about to form an inverse head-to-shoulder formation, in which is detected another decisive formation building a coherent follow-up symbiotically with the potential head and shoulder. From this, all the important levels and likely outcomes would be detected. Now we can see that XRP USD is now building this massive triangular cluster formation, with the lower and upper boundaries established and also with the coherent wave count within the formation already completing waves A to B, and now about to finalize the wave C, moving on to further waves D and E, which will finally complete the whole formation within the schedule. It's highly important that XRP USD holds the lower boundary properly and confirms it as a strong support to bounce to the upside. From there, when such price action happens, this will be the source for a final bullish breakout to the upside, and also the completion of the bottom. Taking all these factors into consideration, XRP USD is in a situation where it can move into some solid potential. In this case, it's highly important that XRP USD does not move into the bearish triangle breakout cancellation zone again. This will invalidate the formation and point to lower levels in the structure. However, when XRP USD manages to show up with the proper validations, this can create some solid possibilities further, which will be an interesting development. Lately, we saw XRP USD primarily increasing in volatility within the schedule. Such movements have occurred already several times in the past with XRP USD, just showing up with strong upside volatility after moving sometimes sideways. Such a similar conclusion also happened here, and in this context, we discovered a decisive formational structure worthwhile to look at in this situation. Therefore, we detected all the important levels and likely outcomes we should consider with XRP USD's established structure and the upcoming movements. XRP USD is now building this major ascending channel formation marked in the chart with the black boundaries. Furthermore, XRP USD is developing this coherent wave count within the formation, already completing waves A to C within the structure and the next wave D about to establish the next time. This wave D will move directly into the lower layers of support marked in the chart with the conformational bounce cluster in blue. When XRP moves into this cluster, there's a solid and good possibility given for a bounce to the upside, and therefore the establishment of wave E, which we also should expect with these alignments. Taking all these factors into consideration, we can see a similar upthrust in price action as we've seen with XRP USD already in the past, especially when XRP USD moves on to complete the wave count within the schedule. This can lead to the upside breakout and wave E extension as it's marked in the chart. However, what's necessary in this case is do not underestimate the bearish perspectives. Also, as XRP USD will run directly into strong resistance when the wave extension sets up as marked in the chart in red. Taking this up further, XRP USD is more likely to firstly show up with a pullback after moving into these levels before directly moving through it, which should not be kept by the side here. Well, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to leave it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click that notification bell. What are your prospects for XRP? Let us know in the comment section below. See you next time.